Hi everyone, I'm Chef Leroy and welcome to my cozy kitchen. Well guys, today I have a break in the action from some construction. We did have some things done this morning, but they're done. So I wanted to throw this recipe together so you can see how to make queso fresco. Now if you go to the store, queso fresco is actually pretty expensive, but there's another way to do it and it's really easy. There's only 3 ingredients. Whole milk, salt in the bowl, which I've got in there, and white distilled vinegar. The other items you're going to need a strainer with some cheesecloth, a bowl, and then I use my little skimmer strainer too to get the curds out of the pot, and then you need a big pot, okay? It's a really easy recipe to do. I just want to show you, I'm not buying queso fresco from the store anymore. I'm going to make my own from now on. Cheesecloth can be picked up in most grocery stores. It's usually by where the paper products are, but if you can't find it, just ask one of the people in the store, okay? Now, I'll give you the ingredients basically. So 1 gallon of milk, 3/4 of a cup of white vinegar, and I got a teaspoon and a half of fine ground salt. All right, let's get the milk on the stove and I'll show you how to get this thing rolling. Okay, got my big pot on the stove. Go ahead and dump the gallon of milk right in here. Now this is a large recipe, obviously you can do half. I'm using this for tacos, so we like our queso fresco. All right, now we're going to heat it to about 180 degrees just before it starts to really come up to kind of that boil temperature. We don't want it to get too hot. Make sure you give your milk a stir from time to time too. You don't want it to just sit on the stove without moving it because it will scorch on the bottom if you're not careful. So make sure you're mixing it up. One thing I really like about induction is it heats up really fast. You're looking at milk that was 40 degrees and within only a few minutes it's already 100. All right, we are right at that 180 mark. You can see how the milk at the top is already getting kind of a little frothy. That's how you basically know where you're at. If you don't have a temperature thermometer, you can see how it's already foaming at the top a little bit. That's basically right where you want to be, okay? So at this point, shut your stove off, and if you don't have induction, which shuts off immediately, then pull it from the burner, get it off there, all right? Then go ahead and add your vinegar. Just give it a stir. Doesn't need to be much. Just be careful. You just want to do a really gentle stir, and you can already see the cheese is clumping up. See that there? That's what you want. Okay. Just going to let it sit in there for a few minutes here. Then you can see here, there's your curds. Okay. So at this point, we're in good shape. So I'll go ahead and grab my bowl, and we're going to just go ahead and pull the curds from the pan and dump them into the strainer that I have right here with the cheesecloth in it. I really like this strainer scoop. This thing is great. So let that liquid drain out of there so you don't get so much liquid with it. And the moisture content is really up to you. If you want really moist queso fresco, then you don't have to squeeze out or drain this cheese as much. It's like that. So you can see it there. All right, and just continue. All right, I got everything out of my pan, but this is what I'll show you. See the bottom? That's what you have to be careful of. That was kind of scorched a little bit. It didn't affect my cheese at all. My queso fresco is perfectly fine, but that's a real good reason why you need to keep mixing your milk, okay? All right, I got everything here. It's sitting on the cheesecloth. Got a little bit past it here, but that's fine. What I like to do is let it drain for a while. It's pretty hot right now as well, so I don't really mess around with it too much. Cool down and let it sit for about 20 minutes. Okay, 20 minutes have passed. Cheese is still a little warm, but not hot like it was. All right, I'm going to pull pull up the cheesecloth here around it. I didn't have a very big piece, so that's the only challenge I have, but it's good. It's good enough. Okay, just kind of roll it up here a little bit, get it tighter. I still got my strainer in the bottom, so it'll catch anything that goes past. Won't lose the actual cheese itself. And again, it's a big thing is about the moisture, right? If you want pretty moist queso fresco, then don't squeeze too much of the liquid out. But we like ours crumbly, so you want to make sure that you have to get some of that out of there. But you can see how the cheese crumbles up already, and it's still warm. I'm going to go ahead and pull the cheese from the cloth, throw it into the strainer itself. And you don't need the cloth anymore, so dispose of that. Now what I'll do, I'm going to drain the liquid out, and I'm going to put the cheese back in and mix that salt into it. Okay. Drop your cheese in, add the salt. Again, this is 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Just going to use a fork, and I'm going to mix it all in there nicely. You don't have to follow my recipe, but it does work. See, looks really nice. Taste a little bit. Good, really good. We just upped the salt just a little bit this time. Last time I only used 1 teaspoon, and it seemed like it was a little bit on the blander side, so we went ahead and added another 1/2 teaspoon. All right, now I'm going to pack it into the bowl. You can form it in different forms. You can cut this in half, do it in smaller amounts. I've seen them where they make it into a little wheel. That's a lot of times how you buy it anyway at the store. Just pack it nice and tight. One thing I should have done, and I've done this last time I did it, you can spray the bowl with just a little bit of pan spray, and then the cheese will pop right out of there. So, well, I kind of went already in advance, so we'll have to see if it pops out of there. Yeah, it does. Just takes a little bit more. But there you go. There's your queso fresco. Now you just cover it up loosely. I would cover it loosely and just refrigerate it overnight. The next day you can take it out. You can crumble it up. You can slice it. You can do it however you want. But again, there you go. That's a easy to do recipe. Okay guys, I'm going to do a little recap on my queso fresco that I did today. This recipe is fantastic. This is the 3rd time I've made it. I've already tweaked it a couple times. You can't go wrong with this recipe. 3 ingredients: milk, vinegar, salt. Just that easy. Now there are recipes out there that use lemon juice. I have not tried that, but you're welcome to do that as well. I think that this one turns out excellent. I know that you'll like it a lot. So give it a try. Let me know in the comments if you liked it. Also, if you liked the video, please hit the like button. Hit the notification bell, ding, 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 ding. Give me a couple thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Subscriptions will let you know when a video has been thrown out there by me, and they don't cost you any money to subscribe. Just gives you some information ahead of time. I'm super happy today to be able to do this video. I've wanted to do some food videos for a while. I've been a little bit hit and miss with this construction stuff going on at my house. Today I got an opportunity. It was fantastic. You guys have a fantastic day. Chef Leroy and out, and thanks for watching My Cozy Kitchen.